Welcome to FortiAnalyzer SOAR feature demo. As you can see in the main page of Analyzer, we have a new tile FortiSOC. This is a licensed feature, and once the license is uploaded to FortiAnalyzer, access to this page would be available. Connectors are one of the most main components of SOAR feature. EMS connector is the first one that we're going to review together. This connector offers actions such as running AV scan, getting list of endpoints, getting processes running on endpoints, as well as software inventory, and provides actions to quarantine and unquarantine endpoint and run vulnerability scan. These actions are what offered in the first version of EMS connector, but more actions could be coming later. FortiOS connector offers actions which are defined as part of the automation capability on FortiOS. So you can see that on FortiOS side, we have some automation rules defined under type incoming webhook. This is a new trigger type introduced in FortiOS 6.4. And with that, we would be able to trigger an automation rule from an external platform, which is in this case, FortiAnalyzer. We can have automation rule to add CNC to a blacklist or activate a strict IPS rule in this demo environment. These automation rules would be showing up on FortiOS connector as actions can be used in the SOAR feature. The next connector is the local host connector on Analyzer. It provides actions to attach evidence to incidents, create an incident, get endpoint vulnerabilities and attached incidents, get a list of events associated to a particular event and within certain time range, run a predefined report, update asset identity views by getting endpoints from EMS, and also update an incident whenever required. These actions are offered as part of version 1 connector, but could be further updated and new actions added in future releases. The connectors are managed by FortiAnalyzer, and it's not possible to add a custom connector. Playbooks are the second component of SOAR feature, where basically they would be allowing you to connect multiple actions together and run a sequence of activities. You can see that this playbook is triggered with an event generated by FortiAnalyzer event handlers and create an incident, get the list of events for that endpoint, run a predefined report, and attach those to the incident. These actions taken automatically on FortiAnalyzer. Another playbook that we can review together would be one which is based on EMS connector. The incident triggered on Analyzer will start this playbook and get the list of processes on endpoint and attach them to incidents. Playbooks could be run and executed on demand as well whenever admin wants to, so it's not always triggered by an event. For example, we can create a new playbook, which could be either from some predefined templates or from scratch. In this case, we are going to start one from scratch, and we're going to pick our trigger, which could be event, incident, it could be a schedule or be on demand, which admin would be able to execute whenever he wants. Let's start with that, and then we would be able to add a new task, and that starts by selecting the connector and then pick up the action offered by that connector, and so on and so forth. The playbooks that we create will show up on a playbook page. We would be able to see the creation time, modified time, execution, also under playbook monitor. Basically, whenever one playbook executed, it's going to be a new job, and then it has its own timestamps when it was started and ended, and also whether it was successfully run or failed. We also provide details of the execution for each task, which is in this case, as you see, all the tasks successfully executed. Now we can verify the execution of the playbooks by going to the incident page to see if the incidents that were supposed to be created automatically created. We can see under incident analysis page the endpoint information collected, some playbooks executed successfully, and in audit history pane we can see this incident was created by a playbook critical intrusion incident, and if we expand it we could be able to see the timestamp as well. Events attached afterwards, reports attached next, and then vulnerability scan, suffer, inventory, and etc. We can see the list of events attached to this incident under Events tab, and we would be able to see the incident timeline. In this case, there is an event for a compromised host. Also, we would be able to see reports under Reports tab, and we can see some information from EMS collected, vulnerability scan, software inventory, and process list, which were all collected from EMS by playbooks execution and attached to this incident for analysts review. We can also execute playbook manually from incident page as part of incident response. We would be able to contain the incident by quarantining an endpoint using a predefined playbook, and also we can take extra actions. Let's start with quarantining an endpoint by running this playbook, where it would need to provide FortiClient UID to quarantine affected endpoint in this incident, which automatically collected from the incident, and then we confirm the playbook execution. We would be able to see the result on their executed playbooks. As you can see, this playbook is running, and let's take extra action. Let's add the CNC IP to a blacklist on our edge firewall. We can leverage a predefined playbook which uses FortiOS connector to achieve this task. We can run this playbook and provide the CNC IP address and the FortiGate which will run this automation. In this case, we put Enterprise Core FortiGate and a fake CNC IP for the purpose of this demo and confirm this playbook execution. If we wait for a while, we would be able to see that the playbooks will successfully run, and both of them achieved what we wanted. We would be able to verify this by seeing the note on the audit history where quarantine endpoint happened, and also we can verify on FortiGate side whether this CNC IP address added to the blacklist. We can see that the automation rule was triggered, this timestamp, and under policy address objects, we can see a new address object created and also added to a predefined blacklist. You may have this question, how this action was taken. This goes back to the automation rule definition, which basically was triggered by incoming webhook and executed a CLI script, taking the CNC IP address and then creating these address objects and address group. Dashboards are new to FortiSOC as well, so we provided some default dashboards to have an overview of executed playbooks and total actions taken by that playbook. We show the distribution of the executed playbooks as well, and also we have a timeline of those executed playbooks over different time periods. We're also offering a dashboard for incidents where we would be able to see the number of incidents opened as well as the ones which has not been resolved. And similarly, we offer a dashboard for events generated by FortiAnalyzer event handler and bar charts to show the distribution of different types and severities.